Okay, this is from lesson 2.3 in the skills practice. This is this is from the problem set, so it's actually going to be questions 2 through eventual 6. When you get to these problems here, questions 1 through 6 on page 298, it asks you to use the graph to write an equation or inequality to determine the number of laptop computers Carlos would need to sell each amount. And the first one it shows you is for $10,000, Carlos would need to sell at least 8 laptop computers, and then it writes the inequality below that. But it's not really evident where they get that information from, and it's because it comes from the previous page. So let's go back. For number 2, I'll show you how to do that by going back to the information on the page before. If Carlos wants to make less than $7,000, you've got to go back and use the graph from before. So remember, I needed to look for less than $7,000, which each line here is $1,000, so 7,000 is going to be right on this line here. And if I follow that line all the way across to my graph, it hits the point right about here, which comes down here in between 3 and 4 laptop computers. So remember that. It's about 3.6 or so, 3.7. So 3.6 is exactly, change up everything, 3.6 is where the graph shows that $7,000 equals to. So if you can sell that, can you sell 3.6 computers?
No.
No, you can't sell 3.6. So if you want to make less than 7,000, you have to sell less than 3.6. So how many computers is that going to be?
Like 3?
Yeah, exactly. So there, you're going to have a total of 3 computers, and you have to sell less than that. So what symbol is going to go here between the X and the 3?
It's less than 3?
3 or less.
Like that?
It's going to be the other way around, because you want this side, the side that's below 3, to be on the smaller side, and you want the 3 to be bigger than that. So it wants to be like this, or equal to 3.
Okay.
If you want to make less than $7,000, you would do it with less than 3 or less computers. So that's how you do all the rest of these. You have to think about you have to go and look at the graph for each amount and see where your X value is, and then come back to the to the problem and interpret what that means. So we'll do one more with X less than $6,000. So you go back to your graph. $6,000 is where?
Right.
So if you go all the way across on your graph, where does it end up at?
Right here?
So drop that down and tell me where that is.
That's like 2.5.
2.5, exactly. So you come back here, and if you want to make less than $6,000, it can't be 2.5. What does it have to be?
Can I wait for this?
Yeah, sure. You can slide over a little bit.
If it's less than 2.5? So it would be like 2.
Exactly.
And it was like...
So X has got to be less than or equal to. Yes, or equal to 2, exactly. And there you go. That's how you do it from the graph. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
There you go.